Hello, this Babaino for you. Few weeks ago, I made a video presentation in which I was trying to explain to you guys to support this initiative of the masses unitedly seeking for a restructured Nigeria. And I tried to explain to us the reason behind this initiative, that we want a viable Nigeria. We still believe in a workable Nigeria. Even presently, the system is not working. There is chaos everywhere. There is agitation here and there, because everybody is looking for a lasting solution to Nigerians' present calamities and political chaos and political problems. Because let us be frank to ourselves, Nigerians have been going through a lot of political problem, a lot of systematic disaster, that have been created by these few cabals that have been ruling, manipulating, dictating, controlling, and using all kinds of lies and all kinds of tribal, nepotic, and systematic strategies, to cause problems here and there within the masses. But as I always say, and I will repeat here, that there are only two tribes in Nigeria. Get that stuck in your mind before you can even think of doing anything. And the cabals, the elite cabals, and the masses. Um, we've come to a situation whereby these people have been sucking our blood. These people have been doing everything on their own personal benefits and personal interests. They've been doing everything to actually gain from every means they can, to siphon, to loot, and to channel every wealth of that nation to their personal benefits, and to their individual families. And they also raise some political God's children, which they handpick and put in strategic post and strategic appointments, so that they still dance to their tunes. They even have some politicians, they have some governors, even they at times they handpick the president. So this has been going on for years, and we keep quiet. And the most annoying thing is that we come on a global network and we abuse each other. I find it a lot of I find it pathetic, when I see some masses that come on network, the Igbos insulting the Yorubas, the Yorubas insulting the Hausas and other tribes. I'm saying the Igbos, Yoruba, and Hausa because um, those are the three major ethnic group that everybody want to associate with. And I keep asking myself at times, if I'm from Ishekiri, if I'm from the minority, as they say in Nigeria, and I have no say, because the system has been like that, and it is not supposed to be. In a workable Nigeria, there shouldn't be minority, because when everybody is adapted into this situation, into this system, into a workable system, into a viable economy, into a social, democratic society where there is social amenities, where there are social welfares, where there are economic viability, where there is sustainable economy, a social system where there is a good health program, where there is an easy accessible university program. We don't want a situation whereby somebody will be having jam for 5, 10, 6 years, just to get admission into a tertiary institution. And when they get it, what do they go through out there? Vice chancellors, professors, mitigating them, and subjecting them to a lot of traumas, and a lot of psychological um, psychological troubles, which they have to go through. Because when they get there, they either tell them to pay for hand bills, they either tell them to give them money so that they can give them higher scores. They've made the system so corrupt and so disheartening that it has become a misery, in a tongue a thorn in our flesh, and we keep living by this, and you find it that people still come on media social to to cause childish play and insult people from other tribe or another nationality, because Nigeria is a plural nationality country, because before the amalgamation of Nigeria, we've lived in different zones, different regions, or different tribes, and I find it funny when somebody will come and say, um, uh, Nigeria has been our hope. No, Nigeria hasn't been our hope. Nigeria has been the hope of the cabals, you know, because they have made Nigeria to suit their taste. They've made Nigeria to suit their egos, you know. And so that's why we want to match up shoulder with shoulder to them. I know it's not going to be easy, but let me tell you something. A wheelchair general never wins a war, And the thing about Nigerian youths today is that they easily chicken out, when somebody offers them a bag of rice, or 2 bags of rice, they keep quiet. But let me tell you, you're just selling your future, the future of your unborn children, and the future of the next 2 3 generation, because Nigeria is sitting on a time bomb, and this thing is going to explode sooner or later. Whether there is agitation in the east, north, west, south, whether the IPOP people are coming up or not, whether the Oduduwas or the Arewas are coming up with and their quit threat or reality or whatever you call it. Nigeria is sitting on a time bomb, and that's the reality. Anybody trying to run away from this reality is just systematically deceiving his or herself, because Nigeria is not working, and we must come together, the masses, with one voice, and restructure Nigeria so that it will be workable again. We want a workable Nigeria, and that is why we keep coming here to say support this or support that, because we want to go to the National Assembly with a letter that we pray and hope that there will be 1 million signatories to this letter, so that we can go there, persuade them to have a restructured Nigeria, a restructured Nigeria in the sense that from the constitution, because presently what we have is a unitary constitution in practical, because the federal constitution doesn't work like that. A federal state or a federal country doesn't work the way Nigeria is being run. Nigeria is being run with a military idea, and it's not supposed to be that way. Nigeria has been run with a military idea, because in military, there is obey the last order, and power flows from the up to the to to the down level. But democracy and rule of law and um, federalism is not like that. Power is decentralized, and economic power flows from the states or the regions down to the federal government, and whereby they sustain the federal government with calculated taxes or contributions, not what we have today, whereby the federal state is using the wealth of few um, states to sustain the whole country. And not even that they are sustaining the whole country, they are using it to sustain their political interests, to sustain their personal pockets, and to sustain their cabals, strategies and system. That is what we have in Nigeria. So even if you will pound on insults on anybody that is agitating or everything, you must respect it, because every agitation is for the betterment of of the society you're living in, and every peaceful agitation is lawful, is legal. It is their it is their human right and their civil right that they are expressing, because they want a better situation. Stupidity has really um gone to the highest level in Nigeria, where somebody can easily pick up his phone when he has data and say something, and maybe log in the next 3 4 days to say something else. But you don't sit down to think that in a workable situation it's not supposed to be that way. In a workable situation, you should be able to respect other people's opinion, other people's idea, other people's perception, because we live in a global world where we have different opinions, different ideas, different way of thinking, and democracy rule of law brings everything together, whereby we can easily have the opportunity to vote, where the majority always carries the vote. The majority doesn't mean that it must be a total 100% majority. No, it can be 60% to 40, it can be 70 to 30, it can be 80 to 20, it can be 45 to 55. That is the world we live in. But you will not just stand up and uh, and cause problem because somebody has a different perception, a different idea from you. It shows how childish, how stupid, how barbaric a lot of people has turned themselves into. I'm not talking about barbaric in terms of stupidity or illiteracy in terms of uh, being going to school. There's some people that have gone through the walls of school, the four walls of the university, but education, school hasn't gone through them. So it doesn't really matter at times when you bring down your certificate and you see what a lawyer, a doctor, a politician, or a first class graduate, you see what he pours out in the media. You then you sit back and you have to you have no no zeal to even question more things. You just have the only zeal to cry because it is a pathetic situation that we're going through in that nation. So why is all these things like this? Because they instigate you. They make you believe that the next tribe is the problem of Nigeria. They make you believe that religion is the problem of Nigeria. They make you believe no. In a workable Nigeria, where the masses has the better voice, where their vote can bring in somebody and take him out, not the calculated vote we have today, not the situation whereby the cabals bring in a president and whether you vote or no, it works. It works because you and I want it to work. If we sit at home, if we go against it, and even if they pay you bribe and everything, you just refuse it because your future is at stake. And after each election, I see people complaining. After 1 year or 2 years, I see people complaining. Then I still ask myself, in the next 4 years, they have opportunity again to vote, and there will come up somebody else that the cabals have conjured. He'll come there, and you still vote for them. It is so annoying. So we are here to talk this about the letter. Try and have a means to sign it, and God bless you all as you do that. We've made provision for the ways and means whereby you can log in, sign your letter, and when we see the progress, we can speak in one voice. And if this, out of 170 or 200 million Nigerians, we can sign a 1 million letter. Just sign it. We're not telling you to give us money. We're not telling you to make any contribution that affects you personally, because people might get afraid. And it has no tribal barrier. It has no cultural barrier. It has no regional barrier. We're not talking about nepotism here. We're talking real concern for our nation, Nigeria. And for those of you that will come up and say, because I'm an Igbo boy, then I stand no ground to say that I want a workable Nigeria, then it shows how low and how uncultured and how um, barbaric you are in your mentality. Because this thing is grooming everybody together. It's bringing everybody together, be it Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, or whatever. What holds us up is still that Nigeria. Yeah, I'm a Biafran because I'm an Igbo boy before Nigeria came into. But we have been emerged into a marriage that has been working and that we believe that can work better. And since 1970, we've seen that this situation or this marriage is not working because of some systematic approach that some individuals have used to control everything and make it to suit their own personal taste. No, Nigeria should suit the taste of each and everyone, but suit the taste of the majority, not suiting the taste of some 2% minority that are controlling us, that have been subjecting us to all kinds of mental marginalization. Marginalization is not that this tribe is being marginalized. No, we all, majority of the masses in Nigeria, we are being marginalized because we have no say, because they share Nigeria the way they want, just the way the Europeans shared Africa, allotted Africa to each of the European countries, the same way these cabals are doing to us. So it is high time We stood up, we fight our way, and we make this great persuasion to have a great and sustainable effect. God bless you all. This is Baba for you. One love. Thanks.